Medbay Dominos by kristsune, read by Rouge Monty. Rating, not rated. Archive warning, no archive warnings apply. Categories, general, M/M. Fandom, Star Wars Clone Wars, 2008, all media types. Relationships, Jessie/Kix. Characters, Kix, Jessie, Echo, Fives, Heavy, Cut Up, Droid Blade, Domino Squad, Killer OC, Stick OC, Poke OC. Additional tags: Echo is a little shit, and the ringleader of the Domino Squad, constantly getting them into trouble. Kix is so done. Just let him eat, please. Killer does not get blamed. He was actually needed elsewhere. Droid Bait is sleepy and also an actual angel. No one can convince me otherwise. Everyone loves Jessie, but there is no way you would find him intimidating. Kix can just be bad of a little shit, as Echo is in his own way. Warning for minor amount of swearing. Summary. Domino Squad is in for their checkups. Kix is not pleased. Notes. Happy everyone lives after Rishi and Rex adopts all of Domino Squad AU. Because of reasons, lol. This was influenced by one of Heavy's recent adventures and absolutely influenced by Wolverina's posts about Echo being a troublemaker. Please enjoy random sillies. Killer belongs to Jessie. Heart. Kix was finally taking a break to get some food. He was starving, and Jessie finally convinced him to leave everything to Killer for a little while. He was just about to take his first bite when he heard Stick say to Poke, "Glad we're not on duty. Domino Squad is back in the Medbay for checkups. Had to deal with them last time. They're the worst. They're worse than hurting any stray arcs." Kix dropped his fork and stormed back to the Medbay. Jessie sighed and followed after his husband. This was not going to be pleasant. It was mostly a quiet morning in the Medbay on the Resolute. Killer had just left to go get an intensive care unit where Avode needed some assistance. Unfortunately, that meant he had to leave Domino Squad unsupervised in the Medbay. "Stay. Someone will be back shortly to do your checkups," Killer said before trotting off to where he was needed. Echo got up from where he was sitting to start messing with some equipment on the wall. Fives asked, "Didn't Killer tell us to stay?" "I'm not going anywhere, Fivica. Besides, he didn't say not to touch anything," Echo replied, watching the slow smile form over at Fives' face. "That is true. Excellent point." Five slid over next to Echo, tossed an interesting piece of equipment to Cut Up, who was still sitting on the bed next to a napping Droid Bait. Heavy tapped him on the shoulder, but Droid Bait just groaned and pulled the blanket over his head. Heavy shrugged and went to poke at something else attached to the wall. Kix stomped into the medical bay, pointing at all of Domino Squad, and yelled, "You!" Cut Up jumped so bad, he threw whatever he was holding in the air, which smacked Fives in the head and causing him to swear profusely. The smallest snap could be heard, preceded by Heavy's swearing softly, attempting to fix whatever he just broke. Echo turned to face Kix with the most unrepentant smile. "What do you think you're doing in my Medbay?" Kix growled out. "Us?" Echo asked innocently, placing a hand over his chest. "We would never do anything to harm your Medbay." "Bullshit, and you know it," Kix barked, emphasizing with a pointed finger. "Last time you were left in here alone, you blew out half of my lights, and we had to call that arc engineer from the 212 when even General Skywalker couldn't figure out what you did." Echo attempted to explain. "Honestly, No, don't!" Kix held up his hand to stop. "I don't want to hear it. All of you are banned from being in the Medway unless supervised or unconscious." Cut Up reached a hand to Droidbait Soldier, except Droidbait, who is an actual angel and has done nothing wrong. He can pick a sweet from Poke's stash after he gets back. The four of them all made various levels of bummed noises and pouty faces, which is exactly when Jessie walked in. He stopped behind Kix and crossed his arms. "Everything okay in here?" Heavy finally turned around, casually placing the broken piece on the table. "Yep, all good in here. Fine, really." A sly smile formed on Kix's face. "Well then, if everything's all good in here, I'm just going to leave Jessie here with you while I finally get something to eat." He looked over his shoulder. "That okay with you, Rushner?" "Of course, Kixie Sticks." Jessie gave him a quick kiss on the forehead. "Get some food." He looked up at the Domino Squad and lowered his voice. "I'll keep a good eye on them till you get back." Five swelled audibly as the four not napping members of Domino Squad huddled just a little closer together. If they listened hard enough, they could hear Kix's laughter all the way down to the mess hall. Reader's notes. Pixie sticks sounds like pixie sticks. But maybe that's just the way I'm saying it due to me not knowing how to speak Mandalorian. Yeah. Give the original creator, Kiritsune, probably not saying that right either, all the comments and kudos. They deserve it. And I hope you all have a good one. Goodbye!